It is December 19th, 2019 right now. This video is for star beings. I just wanted to say something. If all my children are literal stars that's like in different social economics, the outer regard of the planet, but I'm gonna just say just like this. If something happens to your mother, there's no reconditioning you. That means that's the end of existence. That means there's no more. That's a person. If somebody intimately puts their tries to give your mother a pitchfork between her legs and her sacracy, that's the end of your reality in the physical form. That'll just cause a falling star. It's just like if somebody every time somebody tries to you manipulate the physical form of reality that causes a star to even come down in the physical form. You have some people that literally manipulated time sequencing where they tried to come around me and then they tried to time it to say it was my fault after they did unadulterous acts or slothful acts in the paradigm of time in the physical reality. Now, every time they did something like that, your mother has to go literally come around me, even at a time, just to make sure. I'm watching a wonderful show a certain type of way, but your mother have to even come around me in the paradigm of time just to make sure that somebody's not hurt in her habitation, especially if individuals was educated in element science. Because if a person penetrates between the legs of sacracy, it causes a traumatic experience or trauma in the physical reality. That causes also in the humane condition in chemistry, it causes toxins in the physical reality. That's like polluting the pond, the river, the ocean, and all type of other situations. And it's like a vital blow, even at the time, to a person's physical, where a star being would have to literally come down because there's no telling a star being sorry about the situation if somebody tried to sleep with his mother. That's the reason why he would be a fallen star and end up on the floor. It's just like even I made the ice scorpions even in the ancient times. What you think it was of purity, what you think caused the toxins in the paradigm of time, other people's slothful acts in social economics, other people's adulterous acts, and other people's how can I say this, treachery and greed of one's physical reflection and even one's fibers and even in low habitation of regard of foundation. This is why even in martial arts, the vital strike is even something sacred where a person learns about their habit, their physics, and learns to control the human condition. Like my wife have to learn how to meditate just to refine her anatomy at her point where she's even stressed, even in conditions in the paradigm of time where she could be okay and learn to of her own habitation so she could learn to regard her own social economics of her planets of herself. If something happens with the mythology filter or filter, a person got to think about the situation when people come out sometime because they don't have the respect and know what it is of parentship or parenthood a certain type of way when a person has to know the reason why they have to honor a parent. Now, if my wife goes out there and she has to educate or teach a certain things is one thing, but then you have some psychotic people that doesn't understand the reasons of the metaphysics of a spiritual empress in a spiritual realm, and then when she over hibernates the physical is just for guidance at the time. You have some people that causes forms of treachery where they want to manipulate the physics and they want to be with her and everything, and they want to be with her and provide for her. If a person does something like that, those are people that had jealous emotions of me in the paradigm of time. Those were people that didn't know what parenting was and didn't understand the reason of parenting. Because first a person understands and knows how to level out or how to handle their force before they know about certain things of sacredcy, even at times. But when you have individuals that was jealous and then they cause cause the fall of temples or desecration or consecration, even of the social economics, and desecrate the temple of the physical, even of the sacredcy, is another type of situation. A person has to know the reason uh, 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 of honor to regard. Now, if a person is caused jealous emotions like they had of me in the past, that causes the traumatic experience even of boogie night in the paradigm of time. Because remember, when you turn off the light, it's past, present, and future. When you turn on the light, it's past, present, and future when it glows around the room. And it's also the present time even in the paradigm. So a person has to think about those situations even in the paradigm. But when you have somebody that just wants to be the parent and they don't understand it and they try to manipulate, might have people that may try to manipulate the physical reality, that may already manipulated my children to get next to me, and then they, because of when they do something wrong, they want to be next to me in the paradigm in the physical reality, because when they get to me, it's like getting to the vitalness of the sacredcy, and then next thing you know, they cause traumatic experience, or they manipulate the form of reality, because they'll tell a person, oh, this person did that. Because my wife knows if I'm the beginning of a creation, I'm the beginning of a refinement, and how to know how to heal her physical or even her metaphysical form. Now, if a person gets around me at a time and tries to blame me, that's a person manipulated the children already, because they subdued the physical, they tried to subdue the physical reality, where a person of honor that knows what's going on would have to stop it before they get to me, because they would be using me as a time, they would be trying to manipulate and cause entrapment, because majority of people of a time sequencing, knowing that they did wrong at a certain time and then wanted to be around me in the physical reality, where even in my physical, I would feel a discomfort, and then my wife would have to rush over to me because she would know what's going on, and she would have to hope that and regard me, because the person wouldn't couldn't be around me, and they'd be trying to manipulate physics just to manipulate the social economic point that they were around before, but to cut, getting to me is like a vitalness of all. So they would try to cover all bases of all altitude, longitude, or latitude. So my wife would know the difference, and she would have to literally tell my children, or tell her, or regard me at the time, because a person couldn't manipulate the high form of the physics of a certain type of way without individuals knowing. That means they will be seeking forms of time sequencing to cause entrapment, to manipulate the physical reality. So there would have to be a difference even in the paradigm. And then my wife would have to regard her gender, because it could be a martial art blow. It could be a traumatic or trauma experience that a person experienced at a certain paradigm, and then she would have to overall cover the situation, and also the children, because they would be wondering what's causing the event in their humanity of their social economics and their vibrational current when it comes to the cellular structure that forms the matter in their life. So my wife would have to be intellectual about all this, and then you have individuals at a time that is kind of psychotic, because they don't know what it is to be parenting, and they just want power. And if they try to have a child, even certain celestial empresses fell from other planets and other social economics and beyond, highest quantum, mega, super astrological, celestial, and celestial empresses fell even before of inner points of enlightenment, before, because other people were skilled in element science, even when it came to physics, and then they penetrated the points of sacredcy that would have caused the wrong pitching of the vibrational current in their reality, and the toxins within their anatomy that would have caused certain things even in other people's star charts at the time. And there would be a difference even in the physical reality. So my wife would have to literally regard the situation to know how serious the situation is, even in the paradigm of time. Now, it's just like a person has to honor the reason of enlightenment, even at the time of the physical reality, because a person would have to know the reason of one's habitation of physics, and what is kept sacred a certain type of way around individuals. Like me, I refine all star charts of everything I said already, of stars over stars over star clusters, stars over star astrology, stars over star constellations, stars of all star charts, stars over of all solar systems, stars of all galaxies, stars of all universes, stars of all space, space stars, stars of all planets or moons or stars of all moons or stars of all suns, stars of all earths. Now, a person would even of lightning electricity, a person would have to know how serious the situation is and why the reason secrecy, even at a point of existence of enlightenment or height is even important. Now, if a person desecrates the reason of one's physical habitation like a temple, it will be desecrating even the land of your purity of your social economics. Like I said, it would cause a pollution of water. It will cause it will cause even to nature. It will cause the cracking of the ground. It will cause temples to collapse. It will cause decay in certain social economic temples of martial arts, even of a temple of secrecy. It will cause even bad pheromones in the physical reality. It will cause earthquakes. It will cause it will cause even tornadoes. It will cause all type of situations of the physics in the physical reality. A person would have to know how to regard their physics to know how serious the situation is even in life. And a person would have to pay attention to even certain points for one can know even to reflect even at a time. It's just even in high points of reality, because a person would have to know the reason of one's self-habitation. Now, it could if a person violated certain empresses in the past, in the times of reflection, in a paradigm, it will cause the experience even for a longer habitation than usual. Even in the forms of I'm the reason of immaculate conception. You have people that exist longer than other individuals, even in the physical reality. Now, you have other individuals that were supposed to exist longer that was formed, and then if a person desecrates the reason of sacredcy, even of one's physical temple, it'll cause it cause complications in one's physics, toxins, bad pheromones. It will cause a sickness, illnesses, viruses, diseases, even of their physical reality. And it's just like the movie The Covenant. Like, if you ever seen the movie with the four guys from Boston, and then you would see the desecration of the physical temple. It's just like what caused, even with people before that, was they were so vindictive with the situation that they even caused Salem in the paradigm of time. Now you have people that's naturally beautiful. Like I'm showing you a show right now I'm speaking about. You have people even in life that natural part of me, because I enlighten the situation of one's physics. So you probably couldn't see the picture clear. I have to literally step out the picture for you to really be able to see a person a certain type of way, even of the physical reality. And I'm just gonna be real. A person would have to know the reason of physical habitation to certain things that's going on, even in the paradigm of time. Now, a person that I keep sacredcy, so even though my energy naturally regards, even in enlightenment, certain things that's beyond sacred, even at times. But I'm gonna be real. You'll even find individuals in life that was desecrated, and it causes heartache in their physical temple, or even in their social economic, and the natural current of the vibration that reflects even on elements in their social economics that cause decay. It cause a breakup of sacred habitation, of consecration, and other forms. So a person gotta be careful. I'm a person of refinement. I enrich the situation. I keep it whole, that nothing's out of place, and even refine even the natural nutrients in the soil. This is why I'm dark matter is wonderful and beautiful when you know about the star charting of the social economics. But certain dark matter, I'm not supposed to be around that time, because it causes a depth of reality of consciousness that is a natural deterrent, or causes disorganization or disorientation, where you in slang you'll be dissing the situation and bringing and be looked upon as you bringing it down. But if you speaking Ebonics a certain type of way, for an individual would know. But some people have to be educated even when it comes to their physics, because you had men in the past that was even jealous of me, that just wanted my wife, and then they were just trying to drain her of her power, of her physical reality, because they know what she's capable of. Because my wife, even if she at an intimate moment of sacredcy, he handles and tries to bring up her vibration in a sacred form a certain type of way. She can't go out in public, because the fact is another person will be looking to ravish her or do certain things, because they don't know the difference into the anatomy of the current, the reason why they're in a self-habitation even of the earth. This is why you get even educated to know that the earth has an atmosphere. You have some people that will try to even manipulate the form, and even getting solar panel technology is wonderful, but you have people that will manipulate the forms of physics and get into certain type of solar panel technology just to be able to bring down the empress. It's like being draining her of her energy and trying to connect to a point of too sacred, even of a habitation. But solar panel technology in certain forms is wonderful if a person knows what they're doing, if they're of the social governing of the of social economic systems. But if you have a person that's just doing it privately that doesn't know, then it's a different type of situation, because they might be trying to manipulate a form of sacredcy, just because the fact is they already manipulated the physics of social economics. So you got to be very careful with certain things, even in the physical reality, because individuals of the government, they're really educated to know these things. That's why they go into certain science and they do certain things, because their education is on a level so they know when not to cross certain borders of physical reality. But you have other individuals that may be different. So that's why they got to be looked upon by others that is educated, even at time, or even of honor, to know the regard and regard the physical habitation or the social habitation of the reasons of one's physics, of one's existence. But if you have individuals that is timing me and trying to get around me to manipulate forms and using forms of mysticism, then you got to be very careful, because those are the people that's the danger to the social economics, and they don't care about other people, and they just trying to live for the moment vicariously. And if they're living vicariously, they could cause a virus, a illness, a sickness, a disease, or trauma or to individuals' physical reality. A person can't tell a star being if you penetrate his mother, sorry, because that there's no reconditioning a star being. My wife is not going to manifest in the physical to have babies with another individual that just want to have children with her and then try to get her power, because that'd be draining her of her power, because I'm the reason of her existence. I'm first in command, then she's second, then is the children, and also then there's a regard, and then there's the children, and also because some regards are educated enough to hold at bay even the continuance of one's habitation until they learn the reason of one's enlightenment of the physical reality. But some may not learn as forms of enlightenment, because it takes sacred things of real original or origin of being my wife for an individual to reach certain physical heights, even in the paradigm of time. But if you have individuals that try to manipulate the form of the physical reality, it's like draining her energy. They're not going to get to the level they're supposed to get to, because they'll be literally draining her. Because if my wife manifested and she was having kids with other people, their children never going to be star beings. That'll be literally killing her. It'll be messing up the chemistry of her existence. If they cause a divorce between me and my wife, that's it. That's her death. Because there's no more existence for her in the physical reality. There'll be no more continuing in any enrichment in life, because that'll be a person that's desecrating and decaying even her natural habitation of her physical reality. And it was showing the physics, even in the social economics at the time, that what they're doing, even in certain surroundings, especially to the point of the reason of her creation and her existence. And then she would have to know how serious the situation is, because she can't be manipulated by the situation even at a time. So a person has to be educated even to know certain things, because there's people that already cause fallen stars in their paradigm. You can't recondition the star and think a star is going to go back. No, that's impossible. That's a person that's already doing wrong. This is why even in the paradigm of these times that we have a physical regard, and to regard the social economics of habitation, to know the reasons, even educated to know even becoming even of matrimony. These are reasons why a person learns about relationships, learns about coinciding with one's companionship, even in the physical. But then you have people that cross that borderline to the height, to enlightenment of the height of the height. Then you got to think about what could happen. This is why even some regard had to learn what already cut them off, even in the paradigm of time of people doing slothful, adulterous acts. This is why certain things happen, because a person got to know how to control their force before they know about their sacredcy. If a person does wrong, a person is no telling certain people sorry when a person's highly educated about certain other things. So a person got to really think about these things. And this could save a star being's life, because you can't tell a star being you're going to be a stepdad and think you're going to be a star. He's not going to be able to go into space. Even trying to condition the physical habitation that look just like his mother, which could be his mother's sister, is bringing him down at a time for he could check on the situation, so he could acknowledge what is really going on. That's causing his physical to be upon a situation, to be upon a situation at a time. A person would have to know how serious situations is, even in life, when it comes to certain things. Then a person can't live and think that they live in regular a certain type of way, because a star is something sacred to the reason of the outer regard and the reason of intellect, to the vibrational current even of one's acknowledgement. Of one's intellect, even at a time. So when you have certain things that's sacred in social economics, they're not supposed to be touched, because you could tell the destruction of a star being when a person mishandles the physical reality and does the wrong thing, even at a time of physics. You can even see that things happen naturally around a situation that'll cause it naturally, even a vibrational current. So a person got to be very careful, even of the physical reality, even to the things that you do to certain people, because even the Empress already regarded certain people's physical habitation, even in the physics, before she was upon another, before even a child came, or upon a child, because she's regarding the reason of her structure of her physical temple, even of the time of her enlightenment within herself, to even refine. So a person has to know in how serious situations is. That's all I can say, because if a star being mother manifested and then a person thought they were going to be the stepfather to a star being, no, you're actually killing that star being. And there's no stepfather, because you're not a person of existence to know the reason of the higher intellect. So that would be a person that's already causing manipulation, misguidance, and it would already show in their physics, because they already got so far to get to a point so sacred. And if they get to me, it's even more worse, because I'm the reason of creation. So a person would even be more, it would be even more detrimental of the physical reality. Even especially because you ain't gonna tell a star beings that you took down his light, you took him down from being a light, and then sorry, after desecrating his physical temple of sacredcy of people's legacy and lineage and bloodline through time. That's impossible. A person got to think about that. And this is why you have these type of educations of certain mannerism, a certain type of ethics, even in the physical reality, even in etiquette. But loved one, this is all I can say. Have a wonderful night, loved one.